Today's video is brought to you by Clear American. Because every time you're thirsty, you need to be clear that you're American. Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in to another What's in the Box product review. As you can see in the title of the video, today we're reviewing this. The xinlehong 9136
is from China.
Immediately what I noticed on the box that it says Spirit, and that is not true because the Spirit is actually this guy. It says Spirit right there on the truck. If you haven't seen the video, I'll link it up in the card. My son's video, or me and my son did a video, a little bashing review video of his truck. We are reviewing this bad boy right here, which clearly says Racer on the body. But this is the 1/16 scale. It is ready to run. It is a 4-wheel drive, and it is waterproof, and it comes with lights. So what else come in the box besides the truggy is a battery, a charging cord, instruction manual, and the remote. So on this instruction manual, which comes in a couple of different languages, English being one of them, it says xinlehong Toys Spirit, still right here. It says for 14 and up. But the thing is that a lot of these cars are interchangeable. A lot of parts are interchangeable, stuff like that. The frame and chassis and everything is all the same. So this works well for the 9130, the 9135, 9136, which I got today, the 9137, and the 9138. So my son's truck is the 9130. And like I said, I'll link the card up below if you want to see what we did with that one. 2.4 gigahertz for the remote, 1/16 scale, ready to run. Like I said before, 36 plus kilometers, which I think breaks down to about 22 miles an hour. And it is 4-wheel drive, and it should be water resistant just like the rest of them. You don't want to splash it or anything, or like dunk it in water or anything like that. But if you're playing in the snow, if it rained and you're playing in the rain, you should have no problem whatsoever. Even if you splash it through a good puddle, there should be no problem whatsoever. As far as the plug, you can just plug it into your computer and charge it. It has a little red light somewhere in here. You'll see it. It's faint, but you'll see it. So when the red will be on, and then it'll start blinking green, and then it'll be a solid green, and then you're good to go. It's about an hour charging time. It says the run time is 16 minutes, but I just took one of my old phone chargers, plugged that in. I'd rather just plug it into a wall and get the direct power from that way. I don't know if the charging time is about the same or not, but I already charged the batteries last night. The remote, nothing fancy dancy about it. Got your power, your steering trim, and your throttle trim. Got your foam wheel. This is fully proportional, so as you squeeze, it'll go faster and faster. And of course with the steering, same thing. But let's look at the truggy. This, I got it in orange, which this is the clear body. As you can see, you can still, where it looks black, you can still see my finger through it. So it's like a smoke color that's on it. But yeah, it's a nice little body. I had a body just like this. Yeah, I had a body just like this. No, I had a body just like this that was for a 10 scale. So I was a little disappointed that it wouldn't fit, because it didn't fit none of my 10 scales, but it was way smaller. But either way, the lights plug into here, all right? and then I just ran the wire through the I can't remember what it's called, but it holds the frame. Ran it through here, plugged it into here. Just simple little lights. You can just take them out just like that. But they plug into this little bumper thing. I also checked on my son's truck. It can do the same thing. It has a space open for it. Now my 9125, everything is covered, so there's no way to plug any lights into there unless I tap into the tap a hole into the body or in the chassis, and then run it through there and probably seal it up with some silicone or something. But it's not worth it. All right. So what I noticed between this Spirit or that Spirit truck and this racer truggy is the motor. Now there's no branding on this motor, and it has this this cooling thing on here. I know my son's motor is the same size as this one. I'll put it up on the screen what the size of the motor is. But those are two different things right there besides come with the lights. Excuse me, where you connect the battery. This is different as well. As you can see on my son's, his doesn't come like that. His is more standard. And the shocks are, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Same shocks except for this is aluminum right here. And the shaft that goes into the shocks are aluminum or some kind of metal as well. So I don't know. I mean, these feel a whole lot stiffer compared to my son's truck. So these might be oil filled. I'm not sure. I might have to check into it just a little bit more, but they do definitely feel a little bit more stiffer, which is good. The one thing that the 9125, which I'll plug up into the up top on one of the cars here so you can see my review of my truck, it ran too soft. The suspension was too soft. I didn't have the control that I wanted. I wanted a more rigid ride. When I hit bumps, I wanted to be able to land and just take that. So I switched out the shocks, and I also have a video on that. I'll link that up here. But left my son's truck normal. Most likely I'll leave this as it is. But for the most part, that is the difference that I can see. The on and off switches on the side here, but this is a button, whereas on my son's truck it's a switch. I prefer the switch because what's on. It's going to take a little bit. I can foresee maybe hitting something and maybe it'll just push the button in just enough just to cut it off. But yeah, I mean, other than that, there is no big difference. It is exactly the same as far as those small little things. But I don't really want to waste too much time. I want to get it outside and run it and see what it can do. So that's really just it. Let's go outside and go run this thing. All right, so that was fun. This is a fun little toy. I think I might have got it a little too wet. I might have hit too many puddles, but it still was fun. As you can see in the footage, it was doing a little herky-jerky thing. It is a little cold outside, so I don't know if the battery's dying or if I got a little bit too wet, or I do got some power lines that was right above me where I live at. So I don't know if things are just getting interfered with there. But you can see, I think the top speed was about 15 miles an hour. I tried it on my other remote for my 9125. Switched it into high gear. It seemed like it made it higher. like it would have went faster. So I'm not sure. I don't have a dedicated GPS. I just use an old phone. What I would like to do is eventually get a GPS that just do that. I know that phone's a little wonky, so could have been human error, could have been, you know, any amount of things, but still fun to play with. That was kind of a surprise that I was able to use my other remote with it and switch it into a higher gear to make it go a little bit faster. Like I said, it did sound like it was going a little bit faster. But as you see in the footage, you know, I was having a little fun splashing into some puddles and stuff. I honestly think my son's 9130 goes faster on a regular remote. It seemed faster. It sounded faster. It took off faster. Both the batteries was charged. So I don't know. I really don't know. I really think my son's 9130 is a smidge faster. Either way, fun car to play with. Hell yeah! You're really not gonna have any complaints. I was supposed to give this one to my daughter. I'm not sure. It is. Also, I'm not sure if something's going on. Like I said, I had the power lines. I don't know what was going on, but it seemed like after I did the steering trim as well, that it was still wanting to go off to the left and right and everything like that. Like I had to keep turning the wheel. So I'm gonna let this dry out. I'm gonna try it again, you know, in a different area with no huge power lines, but still a fun car to play with. My daughter is 8, so just say 14 plus. Me personally, I don't let my son play with his car unless he's around me. I don't want him smacking it into anybody else's cars or anything like that. But big open parking lot, I will still at least let my daughter play with it. But yeah, if you want this Truggy, this 9136, I will leave a link below. Because like I said before, or maybe I didn't say before, but I got it from GearBest. So once it was sent out, it took about a week and a half ish. It was something weird that when it got here, got to Kentucky, it went to Cincinnati, Ohio, then it went to Albany, then it went to Rochester, and then it went to Syracuse, where I live at. So it was kind of weird. That was the weirdest thing. Once it left China, it did all that bouncing around when it got to the States. But for the price that you're paying on GearBest, it beats the Walmart price. It beats the Amazon price. It beats, it was some other place that I looked at, and it was a little bit higher. But like I said, link will be down below. As of right now, I have about $100 limit for anything that I want to buy. So if you guys want to see me try anything, I will try my best. If you leave a comment, I will try my best to respond to you. I'll try my best to look into those RCs. I do have plans to get in a couple other things. So like I said, all the links will be down below. And stay tuned for the next one. Thanks.